In Polycythemia Vera, we had an entire session dedicated to PV. That sort of struck me. In prior years, I think we've seen sessions divided by JAK inhibitors, non-JAK inhibitors. I think last year there might have been an interferon session, but this time there was a PV session. And several important abstracts. What really caught my attention was what Marina Kremianskaya of Mount Sinai presented on PTG 300. This is a hepcidin mimetic. These are the first results really at a major scientific meeting. There's been a press release before, but this is a very interesting drug. It's a way of controlling the hematocrit in PV and also improving iron deficiency in PV by mimicking the action of hepcidin. So what you're really doing is you are preventing iron to be released for erythropoiesis. You're sort of trapping the iron in the reticuloendothelial system and not allowing it to be available to make red cells. So a very clever mechanism to treat PV. And they had about 18 patients, and virtually it eliminated the need for phlebotomy. That was the main goal. That was the main thing this drug does. Now, it is important to point out that I don't view this as a drug really for white blood cell counts or symptoms of the disease. I think it's a drug for hematocrit, and it also improves iron deficiency. So by doing that, it improves the symptoms of iron deficiency. So again, not all symptoms of PV, but iron deficiency symptoms definitely I would expect to be improved. So I think that was quite striking, virtual elimination of the need for phlebotomy, 18 patients. So this is an area we really need to watch as this trial continues. These patients, importantly, could have been on any other therapy for PV. They could have continued their hydroxyurea or their phlebotomy, and the goal was to see whether adding this drug could eliminate the phlebotomy or reduce the phlebotomy. So that was definitely kind of sort of a standout for me. And then Heinz Gislinger presented the 5-year update from Ropeginterferon alpha 2B. This is the Pharma Essentia drug. Already has a trade name in Europe called Besremi. It's approved there, was approved a year ago, and for PV without symptomatic splenomegaly. That's the European label. So, of course, we look forward to it coming across here to the US at some point. So he provided the 5-year update. Again, we know this is an active drug. This is a positive trial. So not really new in those terms. And they've actually already published the 3-year update this year in the Lancet Hematology, I think. So the 5-year update, showed sustained efficacy, no new toxicity signals. So again, reassuring, clearly a disease-modifying drug, good toxicity profile, not just the driver, but also the non-driver mutation, allele burdens going down. So this is pretty exciting stuff for sure. And then also I should mention the REVEAL study. So REVEAL has been going on for some time. REVEAL is a observational study. It's a US observational study, just attempting to describe how PV is managed in the US. It's a completely non-interventional study. And we've seen results from REVEAL before in the form of posters. I don't know that it's been an oral before, but Brady Stein this year had an oral on the REVEAL study. And it's a good number of patients, I think something like 2,500. So, it teaches you the patterns of use of hydroxyurea, how many have their counts controlled despite hydroxyurea, what's the dose, what are people doing with phlebotomy. So it's just a very rich data set for real world practices in PV in the United States.